they get to this level of like financial freedom, success, everything like that, you can literally have or do pretty much anything you want. You are from overnight being an average American to the 1% with the signing of a dotted line for most of them. I mean, the lower tier guys, they get paid like a couple $100,000 a year, but still, even with that said, and you still end up putting yourself in positions and in places where you fuck around and you do things like what he did. Or who was Buddy? Used to play for the Cowboys. Used to be fighting strippers all the time. Was that Pac-Man?
It might have been Pac-Man.
I think it was Pac-Man.
Yeah, it might have been Pac-Man. Yeah, late 2000s.
He was swinging on people in a strip club.
Right. When he came over from Tennessee, I believe that's when he started. Yeah, he started wilding.
Bro, like, go home. What are you getting involved in all this stuff with? Or even the guy who played for the Giants. He was a Georgia cornerback. DeAndre Baker went robbing people for PlayStations and chains at a house party in Miami. Like, come on, man. Like,
even with Janoris Jenkins, where his brother had apparently killed somebody in his house.
In the house.
I'm like, what is going on?
It's a New York thing, I guess. I don't know.
Maybe.
But
maybe.
shit, dude. Like, how do you get to that level of like, I can literally buy, do, travel, see, be, whatever the hell I want, right? And for a job that 99% of people would kill to have, right? And then you still find the time to just screw that up. Like, I get it, money, power corrupts, all that sort of stuff like that. But like, I don't know. Like, what do you think makes that flip?
I think ego. I think it comes to a point where it's like, all right, I can do whatever it is that I want, and I think I could possibly get away with it, kind of. Because you would assume once you recognize you've got too much to lose, you're not going to sit there and risk it. But for whatever reason, they risk it. It's almost like I with Henry Ruggs, I understand why you would want to drive fast. I get it. I've driven some, first time I was ever inside of a supercar, I'm like, dude, let's see how fast I can go. But then once I passed about like 30-some seconds, I'm like, yo, this is cool, but I could lose control of this car here. Let me just slow down. Let me just slow down. It's not worth it because the risk is never worth what the outcome is.
It's not.
And then even with Rashee Rice would end up just walk away, crash the car, and walk away. Like,
didn't he have like 5 accidents too, like back to back to back? All these Chiefs players were doing.
Yeah, it was somebody else who had an accident, but Rashee Rice, I think it might have been 2. I think it might have been 2 that happened with him. But you don't want to put yourself in a position to where you risk all of that. And I think they probably just have a bunch of maniacal yes men that are around them. Nobody's who's really holding them accountable. Because had I had a friend, let's say if you're in a situation where you had multi millions of dollars, generational kind of wealth, and now it's like, all right, we go out to a party or something like that. You happen to see somebody who you don't like. You're personally going to go and try to go and fight him. Like what happened with, what was that rapper in Chicago? King Von. Same thing that happened with King Von. It's like, you're the ticket. You're the meal ticket. Why would I let you put yourself in a position to where not only do you risk everything that you built, you could possibly die. That's the worst possible way to go out.
100%. And like, I think that speaks to it a lot too. It's the people around you when you come up. Because who's a buddy in the NBA who kept on getting in trouble with the guns?
Oh, Gilbert Arenas?
No. The one who kept on.
John Morant. John Morant.
So like, number one, you didn't come up in some crazy lifestyle where like that was your background and like that's what was going on when you were a kid. But then to get to this level of money, power, success, and then like the people around you continue to do things that are putting you in a position where you keep fucking up and getting in trouble. Like you need to evaluate that or start putting some safeguards around you so you don't get into those types of situations. Because again, the type of success that they're enjoying is something that like so few people in life ever get a chance to. Right. And to then get there and have it screw up either just because of who's around you, or again like that ego getting in the way. Like, bro, like you were throwing away something that now you're not even just screwing yourself. You're screwing everybody else that's going to come after you. Right. You know what I mean? Like, your family, your kids, things like that. Like, come on, man. Like,
and it sticks to you too. It's not even like, all right, you're in business, things are going great. Then all of a sudden, bam, things fail. You file a bankruptcy. Okay, I'll go and I'll build it back up. That stays with you from what it is that you did. And now that's part of that. That now becomes your identity. That's how they're going to identify you first rather than anything else great that you may have done.
That's the problem.
It's one of the most mind-boggling things I'll ever see. Like, I don't often go out or go to clubs or whatever. There's been moments in which I've been places and I've seen some of these guys in location. I'm like, man, you guys are moving sloppy. There's no way
Bro.
if I was in that position and knowing the people who I have around me, if it was one of my friends who happened to be up and I'm around them, I'm not going to put you in a spot to where you compromise everything that you built. And there's times where I think even with John Morant, where it's not even him who's involved. It's somebody else. But because you're with them, you now going to go and try to go and match the energy. Like, what are you doing?
Yeah, and I think too, like for his case and example, right? How many times do you have to get caught, get in trouble, get like in that spot before you start to think, well, at least if I'm going to keep doing this, maybe I should be a little bit better about covering my tracks and not being as stupid. But like, I don't know, people just they don't think too far enough ahead with that shit. And I get it. Maybe, again, it goes back to what I said earlier. The money, the power, it corrupts, things of that nature. But, like, bro, like, you can't let that, number one, fuck up your bag and fuck up your life. Because, I mean, Henry Ruggs.
Yeah.
Bro, I don't know. Did he actually go to jail yet?
Yeah, he's in jail. He's in prison right now. I think he's got 8 years. It might be 8 years. It could be more.
I would think it'd be more because he killed the girl.
Yeah, because he killed the girl, yeah. So I think I want to say 8 years to be safe. But I think it could be more, maybe less for good time served. I don't know, but one way or another, he's thrown it all away. And what really sucks for him is like it's 110% over. I think it could be less. It could be. Could you look up Henry Ruggs' conviction? How long his sentencing? I should say, because I don't think there will be a scenario where he returns back. To the league, yeah, because I think there was a receiver who had gotten into an accident and killed somebody. Was it Stallworth? I think it might have been Dante Stallworth.
Yeah, it was Dante Stallworth.
Yeah, somebody had died.
But I don't think he actually did time though.
No, I don't think. I think it was like a year he was off or something of that nature.
Ruggs up to 10 years in prison with the ability for Ruggs to be paroled after 3.
After 3, okay.
3 for good time.
Oh wait, hold on. He was sentenced to at least 3 years.
At least
3 up to 10.
At least 3 years. Okay, so at least 3 up to 10. So if he were to get out in 5, I think he went in when he was 23. He might be 28. You'll still be in shape, but at least you would assume
you got 5 years off and not doing anything in terms of training, getting back to NFL shape. I mean, don't get me wrong. Most people who are in the league for any type of sport, you're already like a specimen athletically. Right. So like it might be easier for you versus the average person to get back into it. But like, I don't know. I mean, the only person I can even think of in recent memory that did any time and came back would be Vic, and that wasn't even all that long.
Yeah, it was 2 years. He was gone for 2 years. He came back, and then when he came back, Philly did him a favor, essentially, and pretty much got him in there. And then because McNabb was going out the door, Kevin Cobb was the starter that he got hurt. And then, bam, it was like, all right, Vic, it's your time now. And then he was able to make it work. But early on, I think it was the 2009 season is when he returned. Early on, it was brutal. Like, outside of just running the football, him throwing the ball, it wasn't like, all right, we're really going to have that happen. And then he got that full off season in 2010 happen. He was nearly MVP.
Nearly.
So I just don't know if in today's day and age, with how many talented players are coming out of college, and moreover, I think there's a lot of coaches who really maximize players' strengths now to where, depending on your position, if you're a quarterback, maybe you can kind of make it work if you were dynamic before you went in. Yeah. Ruggs never hit his potential yet, so there's nobody who's going to be chomping at the bit to say, yo, let's go get Ruggs. Let's just say if in the event it was like somebody like a Jamar Chase or somebody like a Tyreek Hill, where, I mean, Hill almost had that happen to him. But let's just say if Hill had gone in for a couple of years and came out, people would say, hey, Tyreek Hill, when he went in, he was an all-pro.
In the time of this video recording, he's already had 2 more baby mamas. But
100%. He's had more kids this year than I think he's had touchdowns.
Bro.
It's ridiculous.